2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin.
They've got great chemistry, David, just like you and I do. Thanks for that report. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, the guard spots filled by Jackson and George. Post tandem for Jackson. Shot clock at 6. The 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And Brent in this one, terrific talent on both sides. Everybody getting ready for this one.
This is not a game where you take the dry eraser and circle it in the training room. You take the permanent marker because you wanted this one. You wanted it to get here sooner. And tonight we're going to see some high-level play against these powerhouse teams.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Paul George with the steal. Jackson against Crowder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speed guard who can fill it up in no time.
The Clippers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Booker outside. And the dunk by Booker.
How about Devin Booker getting up to the rack?
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And, you know, Booker might have been a volume shooter, at least early in his career, but now he's a legit #1 option for an offense. And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Here's Booker after the Clippers pick up 2. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. And Greg, the efficiency for Booker has grown over the years.
And no longer forcing shots. Takes what's available to him, and I believe he can be the leading scorer on a championship caliber team.
Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
There's no way he even felt that contact. That's what makes Leonard so tough to defend on the dribble drive.
Jackson against Paul. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's George. There's the pass to Leonard. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Here's Booker. Back to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, this is why the teammates for Booker are loving him. He keeps working on his ability to find the open teammate.
Outside, George passes it to Leonard. Charity stripe shot. The offensive rebound.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Paul passes to Booker. Back to Paul. Good. A nice assist from Booker. 6 points for Chris Paul.
So creative right there. Paul's fantastic at finding ways to get inside and capitalize, whether it's him or a teammate.
Here's Leonard.
Two minutes remaining in the first.
And it's Leonard again missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Now here's Ayton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And with Mikal Bridges, he's a player who knows his role and plays his role as well.
I think he's one of those guys who comes from a great system. He came into the league with incredible discipline and incredible awareness of where it is he can impact the game. And that's why you see the 3-and-D effect that Mikal Bridges has had on the NBA.
We'll go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Mann's checked in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. And the Suns here with a different look. Sharch checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Johnson comes in for Mikal Bridges. Landry Shamit's checked in for Booker. And it's Payne in for Paul. Mann can't hit. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Now, here's Shamet, guarded closely, and it's blocked. 1:03 left here in the first quarter. And here's Beverly. They get a hand on it. 6 on the shot clock. It's George on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Payne with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Crowder. And the rejection by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector. Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for George.
Rondo.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Shot clock at 2. And the Suns miss again.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Ibaka, this is Rondo. Back to Ibaka. Over Payne. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Orchestrating right now, Rondo should be playing with the baton.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead. And regarded as one of the best leaders in the game today, Chris.
With anything, whether it's
And with this younger team, it's got to be easier for Chris Paul to lead as that elder statesman.
Yeah, at times in the past, veteran teammates didn't appreciate his constant input. Credit these younger guys, though, for soaking it in.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Rajon Rondo. Pocket is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Man in at the 3 spot. Rondo passes to Ibaka. Out left to the wing. Beverley against Saric. Here's Ibaka. Rebound by the Suns. Fires from 18. And the rejection by Ibaka. To the middle. Here's Batum. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Clippers?
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
For some reason, they've also had guys in the right spots on the offensive glass. Lots of putbacks.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Patrick Beverley. And Phoenix also making a switch. Bridges checks in. That free throw good from Batum. And a lot of players want a voice in team strategy. And I've always wondered, Greg, is there a downside for coaches letting their players get too involved?
I mean, there is a belief that you can have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? But if a player knows his stuff, it's worth at least hearing them out, if only to keep those open lines of communication.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Kennard with the ball. Now guarded by Saric. Outside Rondo. Back to Kennard. Got a piece of it.
What instincts there as Saric is able to get in there and challenge his opponent.
Pass to Payne. Back to Bridges. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Batum, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Batum's got 5 points in the quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Payne. A floater. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you. And the shot is good.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Los Angeles calls timeout. the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. And for the Suns, Ayton, he's checked in for Saric. Booker comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Paul in for Cameron Payne. The pass to Leonard. Bridges with some nice defense.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
One thing about Kawhi Leonard's defense, Brent, his quick hands really help him.
Well, isn't it incredible, Kevin, every year how many steals Kawhi gets that are so much different than any other defender in the NBA, where he literally rips that ball away from any offensive player and takes off down the other end of the floor.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
2 minutes.
Leonard against Bridges. Paul for three. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Clippers leading by 3. Here's the floater. And it's good on the layup. Jackson's got 8 points.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Paul kicks to Ayton. Back to Paul. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there. And Ayton throws it down.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
Jackson against Paul. On the wing, Jordan. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Paul looking over the floor. Booker against Zubac. Booker the pass to Ayton. Bridges for 3. And they'll get another chance. And Ayton stays with it. Now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Paul kicks to Booker. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Devin Booker, 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, Devin Booker is among some of the youngest, most elite scorers that the league has ever seen. And the sky is the limit for this guy.
Both free throws good from Booker.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Knocks it loose. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Booker's got the lead up to 1 now for the Suns.
Booker does not lack confidence when it comes to his ball handling. Wow, sensational there.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Suns ahead. They're up by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Teron. Lou, Coach, what is the focus going to be in the second half?
Just play the right way. Move the ball, share the ball, get stops, and get out and run in transition.
Always leads to good results. Thanks, Teron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. Been a day.
For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2.
In the second quarter, they put in the work to create a slight scoring advantage. Kenny, let's start with you. What do you think about the Suns?
It's always a positive sign to see assist numbers like this. They're moving the rock with ease and keeping each other happy. It's a brand of unselfish basketball that's fun to watch and play.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they own the offensive boards.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Kind of like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing
it. And so here's Phoenix. They lead by 1. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Up it forward. They'll have Bridges and Crowder. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Ayton in at the center.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And for so long in Indiana, Paul George was that guy. But boy, I tell you, he's been a good sidekick the last few years.
Well, he's been amazing and continues to be a little bit undervalued in the way that people assume Paul George's offensive and defensive game as a collective and the way it impacts winning, especially playing alongside Kawhi Leonard. Didn't have to take as much of the offensive load if he didn't want to. But Paul George still gets it done.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Here's George. He takes it in. Off target at the rim. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. It's a one-point game.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Booker against Jackson. Outside, George. Off target from outside. The Suns have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Booker outside. Clock at 6. Going inside, and the dunk by Booker.
Booker showing some speed, excelling there, and blasting right through the defense to get to the rim.
Jackson with it, now guarded by Booker. Gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Oh, Ayton in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
As long as passes are in that area, Ayton's going to get up and go down.
And the Clippers call time here.
And Chris Paul still a great defender. Fantastic positioning.
Well, not only the positioning, but if you watch Chris Paul, he's calling out every option of every play that every offense is running in the NBA. That kind of intelligence gives the rest of his group incredible confidence. And from the very beginning, Chris Paul has been one of the most disruptive point guards defensively the league has ever seen.
Phoenix making some changes. Sharch has checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Landry Shamet comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Payne in for Paul. Passes it to Kennard. To the paint. Shots good by Ibaka.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Payne passes to Booker. Shoots the 3. Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Kennard. And the layup's good off the gloves. Kennard's got his first bucket in this one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
On the wing, Booker. The three. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Suns trail by 3. Here's Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Clippers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Pass to Kennard. Top of the key, Ibaka. And the layup falls. Ibaka's got 6.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a 3 for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. That free throw, good from Kennard. Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Phoenix. So he gets them both. 1:43 left to play in the third. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
A nice shot by Booker.
And Booker getting more and more comfortable fighting through NBA defenses. He used his ability there to get through contact.
Ibaka finds Beverly. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5. Here's man. Some solid defense from Šarić.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Pass to Beverly. The pass to man. That shot off. Some solid defense from Šarić. Johnson, the pass to Payne. Booker outside. Šarić up top. Kennard covering. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Terrence Mann, and it's Jackson in for Kennard. And for the Suns, Andre Ayton's checked in for Šarić, and Paul subbed in for Payne. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Now Booker, 14 points for him. Paul outside. Phoenix no good that time either. Pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. Over Johnson. Misses the shot. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 3. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. George in the front court, along with Leonard. Jackson is out there with Patrick Beverly, and it's Ibaka in at the 5. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Pass to Bridges. Paul with the ball. Over George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on George.
And with Chris Paul, he makes this team work. Gets the most out of his teammates and has done that wherever he's played.
As you said, Paul's teams often overachieve in the standings.
People still underestimate his impact. Sets up and improves his guys as well as anyone.
Take a break. Take a break.
He's the engine to this whole operation.
Free throw good, Paul.
Just such leadership that Chris Paul brings every night to the floor. It commands your respect and the opponent's respect, and it's making everyone around him better right now.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka, and Marcus Morris subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Jackson with it, now guarded by Booker. George against Bridges. From 12 feet out, Zubac trying to break loose. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And we all know what George brings offensively. But it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
First free throw is good. And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
And George drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Paul against Jackson. No good from Booker. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Leonard. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Paul passes to Booker. Booker draws the double. Bridges outside. Paul for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's George. The layup off target. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Phoenix. They trail by 3. Bridges dishes to Booker. It doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Bridges against Leonard. Free throw line jump shot. Tipped away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Crowder, he's checked in for the Suns.
Substitution, Jay Crowder.
Here's Jackson. Poked away. Paul with the steal. To the inside. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 1 on the basket from Ayton.
Yeah, Ayton just swallowing up the defender there and then completes the play.
Here's Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
That's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Ball against Jackson. That's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Ball against Jackson. Ball passes to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, Ayton out there playing poker with the flush.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Ray, you always want DeAndre Ayton to play more aggressively, don't you?
Well, it's when he's at his best, especially when he's down low and using his frame. He's kind of like this young kid that doesn't realize how big he is, but he's starting to understand how much his size could impact what he can do on both ends of the floor.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. That means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
That's got to feel good. A guy who could...
Trying to break that ice-cold streak off the left rim and out.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Pass to Ayton. Back to Bridges. No good on the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Booker against George. Leonard with no one around. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And that's now 6 points for Leonard. And there's the pass to Paul. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his 5th assist in this one.
I just love how...
George with no one around. And too long on the shot. Suns leading by 4. Inside. Deflects the pass. Leonard with the steal. Here's Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Booker against George. And Booker kicks the ball. Down low. Ayton. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And how about that? Ayton stepping up, wanting the pressure.
George looking over the floor. And the rejection by Ayton. Fast break. Here come the Suns. A nice shot by Booker. Now it's a 6-point Suns lead. And an important part of every team's game. And we'll look at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
I also love the fact that they played with speed tonight. They haven't sputtered one bit, constantly getting out on the break and creating opportunities in transition.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Devin Booker.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
And an intentional foul right there.
Paul George. That's his 2nd personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Ball against Jackson. Here's Crowder, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Crowder's got the lead up to 8 now for the Suns.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
And it's George missing. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. So it's Phoenix picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort.
Ziggy till my brain waves elevate, staring at the page, eyes drifting to the window, following that dark red sun as it sinks slow, tracking its trail. You're steady as we battle betrayal. In this game of snakes and ladders, yo, you're guaranteed to fail, yo. It's just another rainy day in this broken city, contemplating as the that lifts me far away from the place that I'm stuck inside, splitting two, feeling like I live a double life. The birds perch on a branch of the tree, my words heard as we march to be free. So let me take it back to running train tracks. Big crow, yeah, be feeling like the main man. Ain't a bit of my past that I would ever take back, cause all I really need's a then a paint can to keep my cipher complete. Disciple of the rhyme and the beats. Wrap my mind for design, I'm resigned to defeat. What live and direct from the fringe of the east. We're letting off steam as we begin to retreat from the front line, cause yo, I'm eating beats like it's lunchtime. It's easy to see, crafting the punchlines and similes in my sleep. They keep dangling redemption.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Here are the Nuggets unloading from the team bus earlier, anxious to get down to business with this road battle looming. A view above beautiful downtown Boston, a city with so much history. Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Alley.
Thanks, Brian.
Boy, Allie, wouldn't that be something? Let's take a look at our starters for Denver. Down low, it's Gordon and Jokic. Murray and Barton, the guards. And it's Porter in at the three. And for Boston, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum. They're the forwards. Marcus Smart out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Horford in at center. Schroeder finds Horford. And Grant, these teams boast quality depth. As a starter, what's it like having a great bench behind you?
Well, you know, it takes a lot of the pressure off your starters. And it can also apply good pressure on your rotation guys. So competition is a good thing. And competition for minutes makes a team better.
Nuggets on D. Tatum inside, working on Jokic.
Need more of this from Jokic. When he's active on defense, he's a capable shot blocker.
Gordon, it doesn't go for him. Smart with the defensive effort. Outside Tatum. Pass to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Unloads from 13. Denver grabs the miss. First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Murray, and here's Jokic. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
This is a big guy, a mountain of a man. I mean, Jokic is a sturdy, thick 284. It's going to take a bigger bump to disrupt his shot than that one.
Schroeder passes to Brown. Horford with it. Pass to Tatum. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Gordon. That's his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, he was one step late that time.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Oh, a deep three from Tatum. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
He's an accomplished outside shooter, and Tatum's confidence and shot selection, I think it's what makes him so deadly.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there. You know, Jokic was offered a multi-year deal in Europe back in 2015, but then had a horrible outing, and the team backed away from it. Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Barton with it. Picked up by Tatum. The shot off that time. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And Barcelona's loss was Denver's gain when Jokic decided to join the NBA.
Yeah, you know, it was a slow start for Jokic, but eventually he showed his unique talent as he got more playing time. In the end, he made the all-rookie first team, and from there, it's been all NBA level performances.
Here's Porter. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
Personal foul. At the line for the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr. at the line for one.
And the free throw, no good. You know, one thing Porter's been working on, finishing off contact.
Yeah, defenders body him up whenever possible. He's young, so it's not easy to add a lot of muscle. But once he does, his game should reach another level at both ends of the floor.
Smart with the bucket.
And, you know, we all know Schroeder can score now, but they're a nice assist to his wide-open teammate.
Outside Murray. Softly drops in the floater.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Schroeder passes to Brown. Back to Schroeder. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Canner's checked in for Horford. Williams comes in for Tatum. Richardson's checked in for Smart. And Pritchard is subbed in for Schroeder. And the Nuggets will go for a different look here. Green's checked in for Jokic. Green comes in for Gordon. Morris, he's checked in for... Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Campazzo. 6 to shoot. Here's Green. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. Boston trailing. Pass to Pritchard. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Brown, not just a super athlete, folks. He's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
Richardson against Morris. They swipe it. Here's Pritchard. There's a minute 40 left now in the first quarter.
Working smarter, not harder. He anticipates where the ball is going and beats the bigger guy to it.
Here's Campazzo. He's guarded by Canner. Back to Campazzo. 6 on the shot clock.
Peyton Pritchard.
Rivers is checked in for Campazzo.
Foul. Third team foul. Into the lineup for the Nuggets, Austin Rivers.
And here are the Nuggets now. Here's Rivers. Pass to Porter. Shot clock at 6. And he gets it to go.
Well, the coaching staff loves when Porter Jr. takes these kinds of shots. It really helps establish a rhythm for him.
Porter with the steal. To the paint. Here's Green. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
Outside, Brown. Takes it inside. And, yep, it's good.
And Brown is quite aggressive. I mean, a masterful penetrator who can take it to defenders when he drives.
Morris against Canner. Morris can't hit. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Pritchard. Kick out to Brown. Takes a three. Counted from distance. Brown's got 5 now.
Really good to see Brown drop in the perimeter jumper, showing off his terrific stroke from beyond the arc.
Pass to Green. Here's Rivers. Here he goes. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Here's Porter.
Oh, at the buzzer! Wow! I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 2. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And one of the game's most imposing offensive rebounders. Enes Kanter says his play can have an emotional impact.
It gives an extra position. It's demoralized the opponents. And I think it gives my teammates so much confidence. Tell them, hey, shoot it with confidence. And if you miss him, I'm going to go get it for you.
Brad, you can really sense that passion Kanter brings to the game.
You really can, B.A. I mean, he puts his heart into everything he does on and off the court.
And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, what do you think about the Nuggets here in this one?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court for Denver, Monte Morris is out there with Austin Rivers. Then it's Michael Porter. Then it's JaMychal Green. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nuggets?
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Free throw, good. Brown. And Grant, you were named co-rookie of the year alongside Jason Kidd back in '95. Something that's only happened 3 times in NBA history.
Yeah, I'm still bitter about that. I was robbed. Jason knows that. Everyone knows that. Nah, Jason and I, we are good friends. We joke about this all the time, but it was really an honor to share this award with someone of his caliber. Really one of the true greats to ever play in the NBA. But I was still robbed.
And the emergence of Jaylen Brown's ability to take over at the offensive end, Grant, it's been a joy to watch.
Oh, such a joy. I mean, his improvement as a ball handler may be the biggest reason. He can drive the ball either direction now, create the space he needs for his jumper, and he's no longer a turnover waiting to happen.
And that one's good. Green.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Outside Tatum. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And he gets the bucket. Tatum's got 5.
He's got a big speed advantage in that matchup. Could be a blow-by every single time.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
BA, the Boston Celtics last year had the team's worst win percentage in the last 6 seasons. The front office admitted, as constituted, they were not a championship caliber team. Now, for this proud franchise, accustomed to competing deep into the playoffs, the question becomes, how do they get back on top?
Yeah, that's a big one. Good stuff there, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Jokic. Here's Rivers. Over Richardson. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Celtics shooting the rock well at 46%. Tatum passes to Schroeder. Outside Richardson. Left side, Brown. There's the 3. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. The Nuggets have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Murray from outside. Doesn't go that time. And the Celtics going the other way now. Here's Tatum. Boston again missing. Denver in the lead. Pass to Rivers. Williams grabs the board. For Boston, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Now Tatum, covered by Jokic. And it's Tatum missing.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Richardson with it. Checked by Murray. Murray against Richardson. Over Murray. Richardson. That's good.
That time Richardson defaulted to the mid-range shot. We know he can shoot them from deep, but mixing in that mid-range, it'll keep the defense off balance.
Murray passes to Jokic. Now here's Gordon. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his first.
You know, no defense has really solved Jokic. After 6 years in the league, this guy is dominant to the point where he's now a perennial MVP candidate.
The problem with defending Jokic, he seems to have an answer for everything you throw at him, Clark.
B.A., he's a beautiful player to watch. Light-footed, doesn't overwhelm you with power or speed. All he does is make the right play. Show him help in the post, he's passing to the open cutter. Bring a double from the baseline, he slings it across court for an open 3. If you sag off, he spots up and dots your eye with the jumper. It's insane and beautiful to watch.
Horford, he's checked in for Boston. Smart comes in for Richardson. Barton, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Campazzo comes in for Rivers. And he makes both free throws.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
Schroeder passes to Williams. And here's Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. Barton pulls it in.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
The offensive rebound. Here's Gordon. Here's Murray. They get the rebound. They shoot again. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That one on Tatum.
Not sure if anybody has a better feel for the game than the man standing at the line. Jokic, an elite company in that respect.
Nikola Jokic taking 2 shots.
That free throw misses. Canner's checked in for Boston. Green's checked in for the Nuggets. Porter Jr. comes in for Jamal Murray. And the second free throw is good.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter. Boy.